Walk right away, gonna wait for the stream tonight. Okay, hello everyone, I think. We're gonna...
Hello everyone.
We're gonna do... Oh shit, actually, I don't like this, what I have to do today. I've been procrastinating it for ages, and now I'll finally have to do it, I guess.
Oh, have a look at that picture first. I've sent it in the devs only chat.
Oh jeez.
No matter how long you procrastinate, you always have that thing in mind.
Wow, how did you find a Squid Pornhub thingy?
I didn't, I made it.
Everything is blurred, how convenient. Well, you didn't even bother putting other squids in the recommendation. Nah, just
I know, it was going to take ages to write out all the bits and stuff, and I already took out so much and all the ads from the side and stuff. Yeah.
I just got an ad for high blood pressure.
Oh, wow.
That's me, alright.
It is?
Oh, here's cardiac arrest.
I thought you're basically just always calm.
No.
What?
Oh,
I
the
barely get a
notification
rise
actually
out of
worked.
you. Oh, it did? That's why Tom's already here. Hello, Tom.
For me, it never works. But it actually worked this time.
Yeah,
it
see,
works on my phone.
See, as soon as I made a video that I'm now a liberal, now everyone... Now all the notifications will work, my channel will explode with popularity, it'll be great. You'll see. Oh, and Elliot is here.
Man.
Oh, he's shy. What's going on? Well, maybe your mic doesn't work anymore. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Hey, what's up?
There you go. Yeah, famous developer of that one game.
Right, yeah, that one. Okay, what am I looking at on your stream here? What is this you're working on now?
Oh yeah, check it out. I guess you'll have to wait for this to catch up. So this is the level now in Squid Invaders. Well, it's some kind of... Well, it's work in progress, obviously, but the level generation works. You see the map? Oh, never mind this mess here. Oh, I still haven't done this yet, have I? Okay. Right. There are different rooms. Small rooms, big rooms, pipe-shaped
Wow, look at all
rooms.
those numbers.
Oh, yeah.
How'd you... Okay, well, where does the wall geometry come from? Is this like... It's kind of like Pro Builder, maybe? Maybe some other kind of generator thing? What?
You wounded me. You think I used anything like that? I made everything myself.
Hey, how does it work?
Terribly. Yeah, basically, it's tile-based.
All Florian did was take a few bricks outside and took a picture of them, and now that's his texture.
No, I didn't mean that. But yeah, anyways, it's tile-based, and then the tiles are generated by, I guess, the room data. And there's this editor where I can make the rooms. See, this is a room.
Right, yeah, it's like chugs.
Can I... Where the hell is the map? Oh, maybe Oh. See, there's that room. It's here. And here it's in the editor. And then there's another room. There's this room. We've seen this room multiple times. There's
Right,
only...
yeah. It seems...
Only 10
It seems like
rooms.
along the same lines as the Binding of Isaac stuff, right?
Well,
Yep.
It's like also chunk
With
type
random generation as well.
yeah, kind of, but that was tile-based. This is like... Well, I mean, this is...
Oh, it's like analog positions?
Yeah, the rooms can have any size and any... Well, not any size, but they can have different sizes, so it's not tile-based, I guess. Even though the walls are tile-based, so I guess that's still similar.
Yeah, and
Great
you just
name.
like make it like line up the doors.
Indeed.
Great names for rooms, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I gotta be basic.
My favorite room is Room B.
Yeah, that's a crazy room. We got tentacles and eyeballs.
Yeah, be careful in there.
Oh look, there's eyeballs upside down. Wait, does that happen? That doesn't matter. It knows better in the game. So anyways, I have this feature called groups. So I want to make it so that there's like different groups that you can make, like a group of pipes. So you can tell that there's always, I don't know, like 3 pipes or up to 5 pipes, but no more or less than that.
Yeah, okay.
And that'll take me forever, and I'll spend all day on it, I'm sure. I've been
That's like
procrastinating
kit
it.
stuff. something like that.
Kit stuff.
Kit, like the way that they do the Oblivion and Skyrim set decoration. It's like they have a kit of like pipe pieces, and they have a kit of like wooden furniture pieces. And then when they make a new setting, they do like a kit bash, and they just kind of pick 2 or more kits, and they just kind of put a bunch of shit around from those. You can get a bunch of variation out of that without having to have like an insane number of individual assets.
Yeah, I guess it must have been done before, sure. Well, this will be great, and also a lot of work, so I guess it'll happen anyways.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a really good, it seems like a good technique. Like, they use that, they've been using that method for like a super long time, which suggests that it's like, been very powerful for them. So it seems like a good idea.
What are you talking about? There's no developer that's less competent than Bethesda. I mean, come on.
Yeah, sure. Okay, maybe they're not the team to hire for your multiplayer.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Well, the thing is that that Skyrim and Fallout, the ones they made, they were all terrible. But I guess they had good story, and that's what saved it. But Jesus Christ, that's some shitty comment that they came up with. Can you believe it?
I mean, that's a huge game, right? Like, I don't want to, I don't want to disagree too hard, right? Like, I'm not a fanboy of those games, but also like, there's a certain number of people who like them where you have to admit that they did a lot of shit right.
Yeah, I like them too. It's just it's amazing how incompetent they are. If you look at the basic controls, just the basic controls are so incredibly unsmooth. It's like whenever you load that game up, it's like, oh my god, this is what it feels like. How did I ever get into this? And then like an hour later, I guess you're killing the millionth time the identical skeleton, and I guess you're into it somehow.
Right. Yeah, people like the RPG stuff, like the it's kind of progression, like exploration stuff. Although, yeah, I mean, the feel in those games is definitely pretty like stiff. I remember being really surprised when I played Skyrim that the combat still felt kind of like wonky. I was like, oh man, I really thought they'd overhauled like all this shit, and it still is like a little weird.
They never fix anything.
That's your general Bethesda engine.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Remember
they
when
used
it was like Gamebryo. Or...
Did they use a different one for Fallout 4?
I don't think so. I think they've just been using the same one for a long time. I'm not like up to date on it though. I might have.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, they used that old engine for so goddamn long. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that like some of the problems with Fallout 76 were related to still using their same old engine, which was made for single player stuff. So they had all these things that were just like, it wasn't made for netcode, and then they're running it like this online game on it. So like, for example, I think they've definitely fixed this by now. They must have fixed this by now. But when it came out, if they had this cheat in like Fallout 3 and later, where if you unlocked your frame rate, your guy would run really fast because their code, their physics code is frame rate dependent.
Well, I'm sure that's still in Fallout 76.
Yeah, so it was. So if you were playing multiplayer, you could unlock your frame rate, and then you'd be running around super fast online.
I heard of that too.
Yeah.
Man, could you imagine?
That's crazy.
The first thing that you do in multiplayer is make sure that people can't just unlock their speed to infinite. Oh my god, I didn't even get that far. That's insane.
Also, people all dupe their items still too.
Oh great.
How
does that even happen?
There's all these old like detected speedrun glitches. Yeah, I bet a ton of those still work. Holy shit.
In the new one, how is that possible?
They also stacked buffs too, so you were like super strong temporarily, and you could reset the timer of those buffs by logging out and logging back.
Oh no! Really? All it took was logging out and logging in. Oh my god.
Yep. Refresher time. It was that fucked.
Well, really what they should do is just crack down on everyone who abuses any bug, and then they just obliterate the player base.
I've got another
everyone
one.
Playing these games, seeing all these bugs just by accident.
Yeah. They also managed to get to a dev room which had every item in the game too, and a lone NPC. And they banned those people and told them to write an essay on why they shouldn't be banned. What they did was
gave
wrong.
them a homework assignment?
Yeah.
But yeah, they
Alright.
asked them how they got into the room, that they would give them their profiles back if they told them how they'd done the glitch to get into the room.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah, like
Like a
there's
bounty, except with no money.
yeah, there's loads of people with like screenshots of the emails that got sent out.
Well, I mean,
Oh, wow.
I guess the game itself is worth money, and you get to play it if you cooperate.
If you don't get kicked out of the server.
Yeah, I mean, if you cooperate, they'll let you back in, apparently. Right, oh yeah, and the servers
Yeah,
never
wow.
work too. I'm just surprised that Elder Scrolls Online somehow is still around. I mean, I played it and I hated it, but I guess people actually got into it, and it's not that bad.
Wanna hear another bug?
Oh man, sure.
You know that nuke feature in the game? Where you could like get some access
Yeah.
codes and unlock nukes, right?
Oh,
When
no.
2019 started, it suddenly disabled nukes, and you had to wait like 9999 hours until you could use nukes again. It was ridiculous.
Oh no.
They used
Jeez.
to also be able to set off multiple nukes that would crash the servers every time it was
Oh
done.
yeah, that one too.
Oh,
It just couldn't handle it.
that seems fine to me. They just nuked the server. That's how it should
Pretty
work.
much, yeah.
Good old engine.
Yeah, it's just there's just 3 nukes. I guess it's an apocalypse. Too bad. Get into your bunkers.
It's really funny because they were showing everything that they were saying at the conference and stuff when they announced the game, and then showed the game. It was like, the best thing about Fallout is the exploration, and it cuts to it, and then literally it's all linear paths everywhere. You try like go exploring on hills, and it tells you can't go that way, and it's all blocked off. Everywhere.
Oh no, that's so sad. I remember I remember liking those
The
old
thing is-
Fallout games so much. Fallout 2 is like one of my favorite games when I was younger.
Oh man, never
That's-
played those old ones.
It's
I'll
very,
play-
very old. It's extremely good. It's still my favorite one of the ones that I've played in the Fallout
The-
series.
the
I haven't
only
played
one-
4.
That I've
Mm.
enjoyed is one of the isometric ones, but I can't remember what one it was.
I think it was like 1, 2, and like Tactics. I think were the 3 isometric ones.
But I thought they were
One
awesome.
had like a timer on the whole game. It was like you had to find a water chip within like a certain number of like in-game days.
I don't know if I like that mechanic.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, it was
remember.
very
Oh,
strange.
what is gone?
But it was kind of high pressure, but they gave you a good amount of time to do it, and then you would finish that, and then there was more stuff after that. So it was like this huge relief when you finished it. It was like, oh, now I can fucking go and do whatever I want. It was really neat.
It was like Dead Rising, but without the zombies.
Without the really, really completely impossible to understand save mechanic.
Wait, there was a save
Some-
mechanic?
In Dead Rising, someday someone
Oh,
will
Jesus.
understand the save mechanics of Dead Rising, but
It
that
was
day
limited
has not
via-
arrived.
The Xbox 360 version was very limited, but the remaster made it better.
Yeah, they just like took out that weird save stuff because nobody understood how the fuck it worked, and it just like
Wait, what save stuff? Didn't you just go into the bathroom?
yeah, but then they like wanted you to restart the game a bunch of times. Like it was built into it that you were supposed to be starting over a whole lot to have like it was like a stacked new game plus setup or something really weird like that. It was very strange. They made you redo the first mission like 20 times. It was very, very
I didn't, and Florian saw that. I died to Adam bullshitly one time. You saw it, Florian. I took 4 points of damage in one hit.
I don't remember anything.
I do. Gives me PTSD every day.
Yeah, that whole Let's Play gave me PTSD. I can't believe how boring that game manages to be.
Yeah, downtime can be pretty boring. Because you have to wait for time to move on. And a minute in game only lasts 5 seconds in real life, and you have to wait hours
Yeah,
in game, that is.
I just hate the exploration and the weapons that don't last, and the zombies. Oh god, the quick time events. Why did I ever play that game? Almost sounds like I hate games. But
Oh no. And you're making one.
oh yeah. Or
You
maybe
got
I'm
Oh.
slick games to be able to make them.
making it so slow. I'm not even sure this counts as making it.
That
Wait,
reminds
so Florian, when you finish a game, are you immediately like, God, this game is so bad. This is the shittiest. It's just so jank.
Oh, I don't wait. I'm always like that. Yeah, this is so bad. Well, I guess at that point at least I'll have the highest standards for my game.
Hey.
I just remembered that, like, one dev that made one of the parts for Doom disliked it.
Yeah. I'm like, a port. Oh, he disliked the port, right? Yeah.
I forgot which part it was, but I think it's one of the console ones.
Must be the
The early
Nintendo
ones.
64 one. That one's all different and weird.
That's not a part per se, because the levels and everything in it is pretty different than original Doom.
You ever play that one on PC?
Someone's made a mod for it.
I bet.
I tried it.
Man, Doom, what a weird game.
Doom. It's weird how long everybody was still trying to just make Doom. Like every first-person shooter for so long was like dark corridors and like impressive graphics tech and like rated M, and like those were like the 3 selling points of Doom.
Well,
Maybe not the
yeah.
dark corridors, but like it was the 3 defining characteristics of Doom. Like they stuck around for so long.
Yeah, if you think about it, it makes sense for the fancy graphics and stuff because it's such small corridors and stuff. You can pack as much assets into them as possible because there's no like wide open space where you need to worry about all the models and stuff being loaded like on the outside.
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah.
What
I
model?
mean, even just doing 3D at that point was like a feat in real time.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
What
had to make it that
it was
way.
all 2D.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It's
This-
just
No,
made
it was 3D.
3D.
It's got like stairs and stuff.
But it's still 2D the map.
So?
No, the map has stairs and stuff
It
in
reads
it.
it as 2D, but it outputs as 3D. That's all it is.
Well, it doesn't matter,
Man,
it's just a
Can I
map.
send that video again.
You can make a 2D game with a 2D map in a 3D game. Holy shit, why would he call me?
It's a
Right.
2D map, and the real thing is 3D.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the,
a
the
normal thing to
interactive sense
do.
of the terrain is
That
3D.
doesn't make it a 2D game.
you still move through 3D space, so it's technically still 3D.
Man,
Maybe
Doom
the
64 was
game-
pretty interesting.
Maybe the
thing about-
gameplay is 2D, but the visualization is 3D. Like I think that you can't aim up and down in Doom, right? Like if you
Yeah, you can.
Well, it does it for you, and
Yeah.
it's actually it needs to be aimed up and down, otherwise it won't hit, I guess. I really hate that stuff. I think Doom 3 is the best Doom game.
I enjoyed the original a lot. I had no problems with
Yeah.
it really.
Well, yeah. well,
Yeah.
What I
the first
imagine
one.
is what I imagine Isaac if it was 3D like.
Holy
I
shit.
I did Doom 3 on Nightmare. It was probably the most enjoyable Nightmare I ever played on it, on Doom.
I really like Doom 3. That was a fun one. Once again, the tech in it.
It actually encourages you to go fast.
I still haven't played the new Doom games though. I feel like I should have. They seem really good.
I did a playthrough on that. On Florian's channel. One of them, anyway.
Yeah, well,
I feel like everybody that I've heard from has said those were really fun. Is that the same thing you have to say? Are you a naysayer about the new Doom?
they're bad. I made a
Better
whole
than
video rant
Bethesda's
on
shitty
it.
engine, anyway.
Wait, was that Bethesda?
id Software is owned by Bethesda.
Huh. I don't know if I liked the movement. It wasn't Skyrim bad.
Well,
Yeah, I don't think I liked the movement actually.
Oh man, I feel like that was one of the things I heard a lot of people say they did like about it, but I haven't tried it. I don't.
Well,
I don't know
they're
how it feels.
insane because there's precision platforming and it sucks.
Vision platforming in 3D is so hard. Don't you think that it would be so difficult to make a demolition-based platforming game in 3D, Florian?
you know what else?
That seems like a nearly
Precision
impossible feat.
platforming?
Yeah, I don't know. Was it your idea to add platforming to it? I thought we just had to blow up buildings.
I think I wanted to do it in 2D. I think it made sense to me as a 2D thing. I think 3D would have been fucking so cool if I could have made it work, but I think it would have taken so long to like clean it all up.
It'll be
Holy
easy
shit.
if you don't have to platform in it.
Yeah, but I don't know. You wanna be interacting with the big toppling thing. You don't want to be watching it from afar. You know, it's a game. You can watch a toppling thing from afar on YouTube.
You are insane. You're telling me you want to make it 2D and then you say you want to see it from up close. Which is it now?
No, I want to interact with it. I want to be like touching the object as opposed to like setting it up and then watching it while it all falls.
Yeah. I don't know. I like watching it fall down. That seems fine.
Yeah, but you can do both. If you're touching it, you're doing both at the same time. You're seeing it and you're interacting.
No,
with
you
it.
have to worry about not dying.
Right.
It's terrible.
Just touch the other side.
Yep.
You know what else requires 3D position platforming?
What was that?
Crash Bandicoot.
Oh no. That's probably the worst one.
I heard a pretty crazy thing about their tech in that game too. That's like Naughty Dog, and they same deal. Like they go for the big impressive tech. Their usage of the PlayStation CD drive was like way outside of spec. Like you're only supposed to read the CD drive a certain number of the PlayStation unit.
Wow.
Like, you know, it's got a hardware, so, you know, it's like a spinning disc, so it's only rated for a certain number of spins before they're, you know, not, you know, it's got like an expiration date, basically. But it wasn't really thoroughly tested. Like, they didn't have a specific reason to pick the amount. They just tried to pick a safe amount to make sure that people wouldn't have these failing drives or whatever if it turned out that it was worse than they were expecting. And the people who were making Crash Bandicoot were like, well, we have these really complicated levels, and we can't keep the whole level in memory at the same time. So we're just going to be constantly loading and unloading this level data from the CD as you're moving through the level. And it turned out that a single playthrough of like one level of Crash Bandicoot like outdoes the entire tested range of CD reads for the device. But the PlayStation rep came over and like tested it in their place, and it turned out that they were like, well, I guess it's okay because we don't really know what the limit is, so maybe we'll just find out if this is the thing that pushes it over the edge. And it just kind of didn't happen, so they got away with it.
Oh no, no one blames them for the thousands of broken CD drives. What a shame.
Also, for a character in the PlayStation 1 era, Crash Bandicoot had the most polygons out of all of them.
Okay.
Man, it's kind of not surprising from the Uncharted company, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I've seen like someone making a model again in 3D. Wait, was that the remastered model? I guess it must have been a comparison. It's pretty crazy.
It looked great in the late 90s anyway.
I guess. I don't like the art style.
I mean, the PlayStation 1 with such bad 3D that just making anything that looks even close to decent is incredible to me. Like, it was a piece of shit compared to anything that we have now. Like,
Well,
they
Tomb
really
Raider
had to-
looks great. Gex Enter the Gecko looks great. Super Mario looks great,
Yeah.
even though that's a competitor.
Yeah, but Super Mario's on the N64. That's a totally different set of constraints,
Yeah,
and they're
as
much
I
less
said.
rough than the PlayStation constraints. Ooh.
Okay, well, anyways, those other ones were fine.
Yeah.
I just don't like the
I think they
art
did a really
style.
great job at this, you know? Like, I think some of the later Final Fantasy stuff, like the Final Fantasy VIII real-time characters, like they had gotten so much practice at it at that point, like dealing with these weird polygon limits and like the sorting limits and all this strange shit. Like, they aren't good at showing textures on the PlayStation 1, and they don't have floating point numbers in general. Ugh.
Yeah, too bad. Guess it's all int. Damn. Well, like, that must be pretty hard to port shit then. Can you just make an int and then multiply it by 1,000? Will that work?
Like, if you're doing a decimal number on that type of system, you have to do fixed point instead of floating point. So it's basically just an int where each step up is like, you know, 1/256th or 1/32,000th or whatever, instead of having like the weird different precision levels at different sizes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
why the PlayStation looks all weird and like kind of it has like a very particular character where like all the shapes kind of pop around a tiny bit. They like jitter in a certain way, and that's because all of their positions in everything are getting rounded to integer values. So they always have to just kind of pop around like they're all on a grid.
Florian,
Yeah.
in Visual Studio, how do you search and replace? I know how to search.
Control
is
H.
Control H.
Yep, it's always been.
Oh,
Probably works
Okay.
for most programs.
well, it's usually Control F for find, and it usually has like a search.
I know,
thing on
but Control H will work too in most cases where Control F works.
Huh.
Oh man. Okay, almost getting shit done. Almost. So how's your new game going?
That toward me.
Yes?
It's pretty good. It's still pretty early on, but I don't know. It seems promising to me. I feel very good about how quickly it got to some form of like a gameplay loop because the first one just never reached that. Like, I never got enough stuff like working together in a way that was like stable enough to really support regular gameplay. So, getting to that this quick feels very good. That's my main opinion about it right now. I have a friend who works on a lot of mobile stuff, and he was saying that he liked the idea of the swipe stuff if it was on a touch screen. So I gave him a copy of the project, and he built it for his iPhone. And it seemed to work on his iPhone pretty well. So that seems like a nice thing to keep in mind, because I have an Android device, and I can, spit out a thing for Android.
Phone games. Jeez. Yeah, you didn't even make it aim at the mouse. That was bizarre. So did you implement the climbing then?
No, I mean, I haven't done any serious work on it in the past day or two. I've been working on some other shit here, contract stuff.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what to do about the control. I feel like there's a certain setup with the weird slingshotty stuff that could feel good. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm curious about it. And if it's possible to keep the game down to like a thing that can be controlled with one finger, that's pretty neat because it could be on itch and it could also be on a mobile thing. And different people might prefer that type of game, in either way. So it seems neat if it's possible to keep it down to one finger. So I'm going to try to figure out how far I can go with that and see if I
Well,
get...
you can make the climbing with one finger. You just click where you want to go, and then when you want to jump, you click further away.
Possibly, but then if you jump, you have to be also telling it when you want to catch again, unless you just catch the first thing that you hit. But then if you're jumping out of the center of a building, you have to be able to tell it not to catch stuff on the way out. Or maybe you do want to jump part way on, like you need a second button for grab it.
I don't think you do. Why would you jump onto... I mean, oh yeah, it's simple actually. As soon as you leave the building, that's when you start grabbing.
But what if I'm on the left side of the building and I want to jump to the right side of the same building? How do I tell it that?
Well, you wouldn't...
Versus what if I want to jump past the whole way past the building and go to the next one instead? You'd have to have a button to distinguish between those two like needs that the user might be aiming for.
Well, as I said, you would be leaving the building if you... I mean, unless it's still connected, then you would just climb, wouldn't you?
But what if you want to get there extra fast? I mean, like if you're trying to jump, instead of climbing slowly, you want to jump fast, but you want to land on the same building where you're on, you wouldn't be able to tell it that.
Yeah, but without climbing, you can't even go inside the building, so what are you talking about?
I just mean if you're grabbing onto the side of the building like you're talking about, and I want to make a little leap and then grab in the same way to the same building, right? That's one thing I might want to do. I also might want to jump from one building away from the current one and catch a different one. How do I tell the game which of those two I want to do right now, right? Unless you have a button for grab or release or whatever. It seems like you need an extra button to distinguish between those.
Well, I mean, I guess you could just click the player again to grab.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
I guess I'll have to see what it plays like. So you think you will or you won't make the climbing mechanic?
That definitely is a thing I want to try. I don't know exactly where it fits in. It might be a temporary power-up. It might be just the regular old character controller that you do by default. I don't totally know yet. I don't really have a clear picture of what the final game here looks like yet. I'm just kind of doing some iteration at this point.
Cool.
So I'm collecting some ideas like that and just going to try some shit and see what sticks.
Yeah. Can't wait to see.
You should climb yourself to that point.
You should climb in real life? Oh god. That's too risky. Can't climb on falling down buildings. Okay.
Florian?
Yeah?
How fast do you think you could make Isaac in Unity?
Well, I don't know. I guess do I start? Well, I guess I would start from scratch.
Would it even look the same afterwards?
Well, no. I would assume I'd make it in 3D.
Well, I mean just 2D basic Flash Isaac.
I don't know. Probably about the same time it took originally.
Oh.
Now that I know what it's like.
So you're nice and comfortable with Unity now?
I mean, I don't know how to do the 2D stuff, but I guess I'll just make a function for it, and then I can just feed whatever texture I want to it.
2D's very similar to 3D. I've messed about with 3D and 2D in Unity. All the difference is...
Yeah, I know. It's just I don't use sprites in 3D because I use models, so that's the difference.
Well, you can literally have a setup that does the exact same thing. You can set up bones and everything.
Yeah, I guess so.
But obviously, if you want it hand drawn or whatever, then you just use like
Bones.
animations, which
Yeah.
which I very strongly suggest not using sprite sheets because they are very broken in Unity.
Yeah, I can't imagine anyone wanting to use sprite sheets. I would have assumed it'd be easier to just make an animated GIF or like each file. Each frame.
It's got to be a
frame,
GPU texture.
Each frame is so much easier because in the actual animator built into Unity, all you literally need to do is just drag them in and then set the frame rate and that's it.
Right.
But if you use sprite sheets, if you do it that way, you have to go for each individual frame and you need to sort out the coordinates in the way that you do that. You can't just drag them about and stuff. You have to do it by numbers and it's horrible.
So are you telling me that Unity doesn't accept GIFs?
I don't know. I didn't say anything about
Elliot.
this. Oh,
They definitely do video files and stuff. I don't know if it'll convert a GIF into like a GPU texture sheet for you. Because if you're doing an animation like in real time, even if you're working on it in like a video style, you kind of want it to be a sprite sheet on the GPU because you're not like juggling around a ton of different texture resources. You just want to have a single big square that contains all of them. But
I don't
that thing
care
about working
how
on
they
individual
do it.
things is better.
I don't care how it works in Unity itself. I just want to have it done the most convenient way.
Yeah. The problem with that though is when it's not juggling for all the pictures, even if you have a sprite sheet, Unity chops it up and puts it into different files anyway. So it's the exact same thing apart from the sprite sheet just adds an extra file onto it. So sprite sheets are actually worse in Unity than just dragging in normal frames.
No, I think the sprite is only an edit time concept. I think that when it runs, they're all atlased into a single texture. And then you have like sprite batching that you tell it which batch to put each sprite into and it combines them all for you. So you don't have to do the sprite sheet stuff yourself. They automate that part. And you can act like a separate
I've
file.
not seen that.
It's so complicated, jeez.
Yeah, I would rather just put in the files if it's that complicated. But I know there's people who have programmed it, which is pretty cool. They've basically got a 3D plane. And what they do is they apply the sprite sheet texture and they just move it around, but they do it through code, so they can do it with anything. And apparently that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what Unity's sprite stuff does. They just also include this atlasing for you, so you can put in a bunch of different individual image files and then tell it these are all supposed to be part of one sheet, and it'll just do that part in the background.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few things with the 2D stuff, and I think it's not worth the hassle if you've got like 100 different things that you're meant to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of cases in Unity where it's way easier to just do it yourself instead of to try to
Yeah.
use their built-in thing, because it turns out that the built-in things are usually so general that they're not quite right for the specific thing you're trying to do. Like,
There's one thing that's really, really bad. See the built-in tile stuff? That is amazing. But if you try add a tile map collision, that is the worst thing ever. You're actually better just going in and doing it yourself, because the tile map collision is so bad, like you get stuck on tiles and stuff. No matter what you do, even if you program your own physics and things like that, there's always like a little bit off because the way that Unity renders, like keeps it in memory or whatever. Sometimes they jitter a little bit and then you can get stuck on shit. Oh, it's so bad.
That's weird.
oh, that's very strange.
I don't.
Yeah.
You must have done it wrong.
No, I have looked up a billion different things and all of them say the exact same thing. Get rid of the tile map collision, just do it yourself. There's no way to fix it.
Oh, who knew?
Well, there is one use for it, which is if you have one tile
Just one.
on its own. Yeah, like one tile on its own. So see if you have like a big map and there's trees everywhere and they're just one tile wide, that's fine. Use it for that all you want, because all it does is put in a square. But as soon as it has multiple ones, they start overlapping and they start shifting and stuff when the actual game's on, it just ruins it.
So it'd be worse than doing just a box collider then.
Well, that's all it is it's a box collider, but the tiles, when you put them...
I know, but a box doesn't have a possibility of fucking up,
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, jeez.
but everyone's saying don't use box colliders in general for tiles, use edge colliders, apparently they're better.
Huh?
Interesting. Oh, because you can give it like the whole
Yeah.
staircase instead of just a single block at a time.
Yeah,
That's neat.
not just that, you can do like...
Is that a 2D thing or 3D too?
That's a 2D thing, but it's similar to a mesh collider in 3D.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Are mesh colliders better than box colliders if they're complex?
No. Oh,
Not
okay. If
3D,
it
I don't
has to
think.
be a complex shape, that's the only time that you want to use a mesh collider. If you can get away with using simple ones, even if you have to use 6 simple ones versus 1 mesh collider, it's still better to use the simple ones.
Huh.
Usually depends on how many vertices you put in, but yeah.
Right, yeah. But I mean, even so, like the mesh collider, like the primitive in that is a triangle, so it's got to do some number of triangle checks compared
Yeah.
to a single check versus a sphere.
Oh. Triangles, huh?
Yeah, it does seem pretty well optimized though, especially for like big static stuff. Like if you have big generated level geometry, you can just slap a mesh collider on it and just leave it there, and that's fine for like raycasts and stuff.
Yeah, it's great for that.
I
Yeah.
was looking at that. There is... apparently there is a way to make the triangles into quads instead, without having to double up the count or whatever. I'm not sure how to do it, but apparently somebody done it and it optimized their game quite a bit. But that was a
Neat.
special case because they had a lot of planes everywhere and it was like open world, so...
Maybe something about like generating the quads on the GPU, so they only have to send 1 point or something for each sprite.
Well, the thing is they had planes, and planes have, I think it's 6 vertices, something like that. Anyway, when they're triangles, but they only have 4 when they're quads.
I
They
mean,
actually had like the points render out how much was actually getting generated and stuff, and apparently it cut down a lot. I'll try to look for the video just now.
maybe it's the default quad is 2 totally separate triangles, and they used a quad that has 4 verts, and each triangle is sharing the 2 diagonal ones.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's just having a different mesh. You could do that in Blender or whatever.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when you get a quad and put it into Unity, it automatically separates it into
Right, but
triangles.
That's like the
Twice.
GPU needs. Like the GPU really, really only draws triangles, and if you tell it to draw a quad, it really just draws 2 triangles.
Yeah.
It's Colin messaging me on YouTube.
See?
I don't know. Come on, terms of services, really? Let's see.
Laptop in for repairs this week. Besides that, we good homie hit a good style for one of our projects. Laptop in. Oh wait, it's
Why am I not seeing
never
this?
knew that about the different colliders. How's things been with you, John?
What's wrong with your laptop?
His audio port broke.
Oh no.
It's Colin. Right. John? Who's John? Right, why can't I see this chat? Is it everyone who's modded I can't see?
Oh no, you can see him.
No, look at my screen, dude. It's only Tom.
I'm looking at your screen. There's Colin.
Yeah, wow, you really...
Oh, right, okay.
Chat's
I
hooked.
forgot you had the pop-out thing now. Huh.
I guess it doesn't work. Maybe I have to update it. Oh god, I hope not.
Wait, I'll send test hashtag. Apparently, I don't mean the hashtag. It's just
Well,
next to
I know I've seen you before, but no, I guess it doesn't bother.
Huh. Think the chat died. I want to know the sexy America on Florian's end.
Hello.
Yeah, it's Elliot. Also known as 2D
Just Eli.
Array. Oh yeah, jeez. Wait, really? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Are you not-
Yeah, it's not short for anything.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, it
Damn
seems like
it.
that's not as common as other stuff, so that's whatever.
Alright, maybe if I restart this chat. Could it be?
Now your stream chat needs repairs.
Oh no. I was trusting it. Oh, now it's working, great. What the hell? Why is it so big? Wait, what?
Oh, there we
that's
go.
it.
Look at us.
That's weird.
That's scrolling so fast.
Okay, I guess. Guess I need to restart it. Oh my god. Wait, does it work still? Oh yeah, instantly now. Great.
Ah.
Well, who would have guessed I would get your name wrong all along? Amazing.
Nah, it's no problem.
Yep. Alright, well, let's see if I can finally do this shit. Oh my god. Okay, so I guess I made it so that this interface can edit the properties. Wow, talking. The properties inside the
You're like having a mini stroke for a second.
the group class, and then great. Thanks for interrupting.
You're just like melting.
Now I just have to find a decent way of saving the group class. This is gonna suck. Right. I need to make a folder inside the level folder, and then it needs to have rooms, and the rooms are gonna be saved as JSONs, and it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Let's do it. There. Okay, so this here we'll do search. Oh.
Oh, the dog's farted.
Wow.
Oh no.
Oh.
We can't smell it.
Yeah, it smells fine
I'll
to
waft
me.
it from the microphone for you.
I don't smell anything. What are you talking about?
Yeah, wiggle that dog around.
Oh my. Oh.
Oh, was Colin listening in all along? Damn. I'm sorry about that.
Good thing we didn't hear the fart through his mic.
Oh no! Now we smell it.
Damn it went through our mics. It's coming out of the headset.
Shit.
Can you imagine technology implementing that at some point?
Yeah, I
Smell-o-vision.
hope there's an off switch for it.
The smell-o-vision.
How crazy would that be? You would like put a cartridge inside your like headset or whatever, and then when a smell goes for a microphone, it reads it and then recreates the compound and then outputs it through the person's headphones, so you can smell like their morning breath and shit.
And maybe one
Really?
for taste too.
Well, I guess
That'd be insane.
I guess it must have like a like very basic smell components that they can mix together. But then
okay, wait, you're just describing an e-cig, but it doesn't have any visible vapor. It's just a little packet, and it just cooks it and blows it in your face.
I don't know. It could be visible.
I guess it wouldn't even need to cook it. It could just have a very powerful fan that it puts a droplet on that just sprays it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
You just get a little mist of perfume.
It's just like, hey Jerry, how you doing? Oh man!
Oh!
Sorry, I'm just playing this new mobile phone game, and it has this really cool new smell-o-vision feature. Ooh, sorry, it was the game.
The best.
Imagine one for taste too.
Oh no. Oh, smell is
Taste better
got some
than
taste
smell.
and stuff, so.
Feed me your pizza. Put it through the mic.
You just squash it through the mic and it actually produces pizza.
This website's gotten so much worse. Oh well, guess I'll have to deal with that. Oh jeez, now we can see Colin spam. Too bad he can't join.
Oh, why does this not work, Florian? Tell me right now.
What, the smell-o-vision?
Yes. No, I'm trying to make like a random dungeon generation thing. And it kind of works, it kind of doesn't. It doesn't spawn the first room, and it spawns rooms on top of each other sometimes, but not all the time.
Damn.
2 rooms in one, huh?
And the problem is it has 2 halves of the room, and it picks a random half to choose. That way, it's random rooms.
Well, you're making this too now. Amazing.
It's just as practice.
I'll just wait for you to do it faster and better than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at programming, so never.
Oh no.
That is a really fun way to make a map.
It's
In
just
5 days, Reese will be done.
yeah, no problem.
Oh, what the hell? It's spawning double of the halves on each other. Oh, it's so frustrating. My head is killing me now.
Yeah, I'm suffering too. It all is terrible.
Yeah,
What?
it's been really warm lately.
Well, not that. It's actually been raining.
Still
right
above.
now. Yeah, I did the trick earlier where I washed my clothes and I put them on while they're still wet. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Dude, it's refreshing. What are you talking about?
Oh, no. What?
What, did you dip in a pool or something?
No, I washed them. Jesus.
You might as well have dipped in a pool.
I guess. So how does
That's so weird.
this nightmare work? Yes.
It's flipping the side, because what it does, right, is it creates half the map, which is a prefab, then it instantiates it and flips it, so there's 2 halves, and they each pick a random preset map thing that I've done. But when it flips it, for some reason it's moved down a little bit as well. And I have no ideas what's going on.
Why would they get damp and smelly? Are you not warm? They'll immediately be dry. I guess you really aren't hot after all.
Don't you wish girlfriend was hot like Florian? Don't ya?
Yep, that's me. The girlfriend.
Yes, wait. When you flip the things, they move downward? How does the flipping work? Like, what's the...
Right,
How does
so
it do that?
what it does is it spawns in a room, and one half of it is a prefab of a set
Right.
of floors and things like that.
Okay.
And they have prefabs inside of them, which is the different rooms, and they set active or deactive depending on what one it chooses to show.
Mm-hmm.
And what it does is it instantiates it, flips it over, and then they do that separately.
So how does it flip it over? Are you doing like transform.scale, or are you doing like
it's
flipping in
the
data?
local scale.
So does that mean that a bunch of your stuff has like a negative scale?
I think it has -1 scale.
Okay, I think that's okay in certain cases. I think that it gets weird, and I don't know exactly how, but I think that it gets strange for certain things. Like I think lighting is odd when you have negative scale. Maybe there might be something weird about that. I think that you might want to be just flipping the data, like the positions of where stuff is, instead of flipping their actual transforms.
How would I do that?
So, like instead of mirroring transform.local scale, you could just mirror like the x value of its position or something like that.
Oh
right?
yeah. I've done the x position, but it has to be flipped as well.
Like the whole. Okay, so let's see. Like the like walls and whatnot have to be flipped to like fit correctly. Okay, yeah.
I know it's a tough
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Well. Yeah, so how... I guess I'm not even totally sure if the negative scale is related to that Y problem, because it might not be. It might just be totally unrelated.
I can't even pay attention when I'm trying to do this shit.
Yeah, it's literally
everyone
the
be
most...
quiet.
No.
It's literally the most simple piece of code as well. It literally just instantiates the part, gets the position, moves it along a little bit, and then flips it. But the Y transform, when it moves it along, is just transform.position Y, so it should be in the same Y position.
Okay, right.
So maybe I can just sort it through coordinates through that way, but obviously that's not the most I don't know the word, not the most... It's not the thing that I want to do. I want something that fixes it without having to mess about with coordinates and things like that.
Yeah.
But coordinates are the best.
Wait, what's this? Oh yeah, local scale has to be a vector 3, doesn't it?
Oh, so
Okay,
you're
yeah.
I thought you were in Flash for a second.
Yeah, you can give it a vector 2, but then it'll assume that the z value is 0. And
Oh yeah, that's fine then. I'll just change it to that because the z value is 0 on this. So...
If for scale you want that to be 1 instead of 0, I think scale of 0 is even weirder than negative scale. I think that'll like totally break lighting and some other weird shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think you can just do a vector 3 and just say the z value, the z scale is always 1, just like the default.
Oh.
Wait, will that work? And it's flipped otherwise?
I mean, it's not. That's separate from the negative thing. I just like if you're doing a 2D object in Unity, even though it's a 2D thing, you want to give it a 3D scale that has a 1 or something that's not 0 for the z value, so it's not like infinitely thin, like paper thin.
Yeah.
For some reason, this helps it, like find normals and stuff for doing lighting.
Yeah. Cool.
I think it gets upset about the coincident points.
I set that up, but it's still not fixing anything. It doesn't seem like. But
yeah,
I'll keep it as that since it's a healthy option.
Yeah, I mean, the Y position thing is really odd. Are the origins of these prefabs like in places where you're expecting, like along the floor or like in their center or something like that?
Well, basically, I've got a border, and the half is perfectly aligned where it should be, and then it flips it, and then it's slightly out of the border on the Y position. It's so weird.
Yeah, that's so strange.
It's also spawning... It's also activating multiple rooms, which is weird. But only on some of them. Oh, man. What I think that might be, though, is that could just be... I've got the random numbers going a bit weird. For that, but that seems unrelated, I guess.
Yeah.
I can't, right, I'll try do it with
How long have we been going?
1
hour. Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, there's actually a lot of people watching. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're popular.
Yes. Guess we'll have to bring Eli more.
Hey.
So Eli, what games have you worked on?
Okay. So I started working in Flash games back when Florian was working in Flash games.
I'm literally just about to release my final Flash game.
Yeah, who would make a Flash
Hey.
game?
Whoa, you said you're doing a Flash game now? That's crazy.
I know,
Oh, man.
right? It took
I don't
him
mean
so
that in like a
long.
bad way. Like it's awesome. I was not able to cling to the bandwagon, so congratulations on being able to.
He does it in AS2 as well.
Yeah.
Oh man, blast from the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm
let's see. I
super
wanted-
versed at as well. Like, if you can tell me to do anything in Flash, I can do anything in Flash. It's crazy.
yeah,
Like,
Flash is
like-
great.
You didn't even know how to import code files until a year ago when I told you. No way.
Yeah,
That's
no, but I
already
have
a year.
workarounds and stuff for that.
Yeah, honestly, the entire time that I was using Flash, I never used an external editor. I think just because I didn't really understand how to do it. So I just used their weird, janky, built-in
Oh, it's
action
so
script
slow.
editor the whole time. All the games that I've made.
Oh
I've
yeah,
all-
that's
too,
same.
it was
I've
terrible.
never used the external thing with Flash.
Only,
Everything's always been internal.
only for
Yeah,
for
nice.
the eternal update, I used an action script file. And oh God, it's so much faster. It's like a 20,000 lines of code thing, and then you
Wow.
run that in Flash. It's gonna take like 5 minutes to do anything in.
Oh man, I'm.
Fast.
I actually didn't. The whole time I was using Flash, I didn't realize that I could make an object that was simpler than a movie clip. So I had a movie clip for everything, even if it had no
Well, what's
frames
simpler?
or just like a simple.
Really?
It's just like a regular object or something like that. It's something
Yeah.
that's much more fundamental. I just didn't know about it at the time because I was still a pretty new programmer while I was using Flash.
Well,
Anyway,
how do you
okay.
access it? Oh, is it? It's not accessible by code, is it?
What, the object?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't talk about anything ActionScript at this point. It's been like years. I don't remember.
Florian, it was meaning if they had like a background that wasn't going to change at any point or
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that, that would be a movie clip, and it wouldn't want to access it through code. It was just making redundant movie clips everywhere.
I thought you were sighing because you were doing it all along and still using movie clips for everything. Breathe.
Okay, so let's see. When I was working in Flash, I made a bunch of games for sponsorship. I made a game called Company of Myself that did pretty well on Congregate and some other sites like that. I made a game with Edmund McMillan at one point. It was called Spewer. That's
you made
weird.
Spear. Jesus.
Yeah, that's a weird thing that
Awesome.
Florian and I have in common. We were both programmers on Edmund projects.
Wait, you done that in Flash?
Yeah,
Was that ActionScript 3?
Of course.
Yep. I think so.
Yeah.
I think he was ActionScript 3. I don't totally... Yeah, because he was in Flash 8, because we had the pixel effects and stuff, so it must have been ActionScript 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
That's crazy.
This is an.
I always wondered if
This is
that was
crazy
ActionScript
simple.
3 or ActionScript 2.
Oh, man, I wish I had a... I wish I had a more, like, lucid answer. I'm pretty sure he was 3,
Yeah. It's
Oh yeah, it
really-
must
because he
have
was
been
certainly
3.
Flash 8.
Dude, two
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
the
did they-
one. Two is the one where you don't have to define your variables. It's trash.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
self-respecting programmer would use ActionScript 2 like
I'm not
me
a
and
programmer,
Reese.
so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I wasn't... I certainly wasn't a self-respecting programmer at the time. I don't know if I am now.
Damn. Yeah, let's just use something where we don't have to define our variables. It'll be great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There are times when, like, Lua's fun. I like Lua.
What's Lou?
Lua, like the
It's
scripting language.
Yeah.
They also don't make you define anything before you use it. So if you have a typo in your variable name, you just have a new variable now. Good job.
Well, I just got into auto hotkey lately. That's
Into what?
Auto hotkey. It's the
Auto hotkey.
It's that language they can use to make macros in games or whatever.
Oh, interesting.
Like if you want your mouse to click like 10 times in a second or something. Or
Oh,
anything.
60
Oh,
times
weird.
in a second.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, so you can get really good at
clicker
StarCraft now?
easily. Yeah, that's no, not like that. But yeah, it's just fun, I
Cool.
guess.
Yeah.
So what type of games are you working on just now, Eli?
Okay, so let's see. In 2012-ish, I started using Unity. I made one Steam game that I like actually finished and put on Steam. It's called Not the Robots. It did well enough to justify working on it. It's not known at all. And then after that, we tried to do a VR game. And we got to early access, but didn't get enough sales there to feel like it was worth like finishing this probably 2-year project or something.
Well, that's no good.
Yeah.
What's that called?
That's called Observatory. It's got a nice trailer. I'll give it that.
Is it playable?
There's a certain little subset of it that's playable. If you have a VR headset, the part that's worthwhile, there's a music video that was for a band in our area, and that's pretty fun. It's just weird, trippy shit. You fly through space, and there's just all kinds of weird things all around. It's like 3 or 4 minutes long. And then I think more notably than that, at least to me, is there's a racing game called Hamster Slide, where you are in a little ball and you roll down a giant wooden hill that kind of looks like a wooden roller coaster, sort of, but it's got like buildings and grass on it. It's very, very weird. But it's a really, really high-speed downhill racing game that is kind of based on the Rainbow Road skip from Mario Kart. Where everybody like jumps super crazy far and they fall this huge distance and land back on the track somewhere else. It's a game where it's like clearly obvious that you're supposed to be doing that kind of stuff. But it's
I'm
very easy
trying
to glide
to
and
look it
stuff.
up, and all I'm seeing
where's
is
the cube?
Oh yeah, here it is.
actual hamsters that slide.
Where's a pretty
Yeah, that's
cute?
yeah. Observatory VR Variety Pack. That is the one.
Yeah, no, I mean the hamster one. Where's that?
Oh, so if you get this, it is 4 things.
Oh.
One of those is that.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's really 3 things, and because we didn't finish it, and one of them is so not done that it's whatever. No, hang on. It's kind of 4 things. The racing one is the only one that's like game. Like it's got mechanics and stuff. The other ones are kind of prototypey at best. The music video is done, but it's just a single music video, and you don't interact with it. You just look around. So kind of simple VR stuff when we were learning about that. Lately I'm just doing a bunch of contract stuff basically, and doing like kind of little personal study projects and whatnot to fiddle with stuff and see if anything feels like good enough to me to really want to commit and try to get a release out. But who knows if that's the thing that is in the cards for me at this point. We'll see.
Oh yeah, I've sent you my my games from Newgrounds, so you can check them out, see if you recognise any.
From Newgrounds.
Yeah, I've private messaged you on Discord.
Yeah, let me take a look.
Florian,
Yeah.
Colin says, tell Florian to check his chat. While also, yeah, I think we've sorted things out. I've managed to deliver some goods right before my laptop's audio broke.
Right. Wait. So, I guess we don't know when he's gonna fix his laptop yet. Oh well. Hope it doesn't take too long.
By looking at my chat, he's getting distracted.
Yeah, I don't know why he's so busy chatting. Doesn't he have work to do? Oh well.
Oh man, Unity is... It's so weird to say, but it is actually similar to Flash in so many ways, but I just can't describe what things are...
Wow, because I thought it's like completely different. It's just professional on every level, and Flash is just not.
Well...
The thing with Unity is that basically everything is the same way it's in the editor as it is in game, and in Flash everything is completely different in game.
Yeah, the Unity editor is a Unity application. That's like
I know, it's great.
really strange.
Wait, this I actually didn't know that, but that seems cool.
Yeah, that's why you can make all the same. You can extend the UI in all the ways that they do for the actual Unity editor. Like all the stuff that they show there is stuff that you could make yourself for your own tools because it's all made in Unity.
How do you do that?
With like editor GUI layout, that's the class. There's a custom editor that lets you make lets you override what the inspector shows for any particular class. You can make a custom editor window, like the game view or the scene view or the project view or those things. You can also make a property drawer, which looks like drawer, but it's a thing that draws a property drawer, which lets you override how a single type of value shows up in some random inspector. Like if you make a custom class and you want it to show up like with the range thing has like the little slider. If you want some special control like that, you can write one of those too. So just like everything that they show in the editor is stuff that you could introduce more of yourself, and you can do anything like that. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. It's also kind of a pain in the dick for certain stuff. If you have anything that's not like HTML style layout, it's a huge hassle.
I guess you could make it look exactly like Flash then.
Yeah, you could totally, and you could do a GUI skin. You could make it, you could make it look much. Yeah, you could make it look a whole lot like Flash, I think.
Yeah, maybe,
but
maybe
you have to do
way,
quite a lot of work to get the vector art. That's like that was the biggest thing in Flash had for me. Those vector art rules were ace.
Maybe
So
you'll
good.
actually get a working version of Flash. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. Colin says, restart was ages ago, lol. If Florian reads the top of the chat, I'll fill you in. I like the work. I gave you props for audio balance.
Yeah, I'll wait. You give who props for audio balance?
I have no idea. Probably you.
What, in the stream? Because the thing doesn't even play audio. The game at the moment. Right. Well, yeah, thanks, but I already am busy talking to 3 people here, so I don't have time. I'm gonna read your Skype messages later, Colin.
Okay, Riz, I think I recognize one of these Go Farm thumbnails. Possibly Go Farm 2.
It's Reese.
Yeah.
Oh, Reese, sorry.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Everyone calls me Reese, Rice, Riz, anything.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
made a farming game?
I made 4 farming games.
Yeah.
Oh man, you overpopulating the farming game market.
And the
We only got
fourth
too
one-
many.
It's a bubble.
On the
Get out
fourth
while
one, I
you
always
can.
wanted that to go onto like tablets or mobile or something, but I had no idea how to do that. But the fourth one looks like a fucking mobile game. Because I actually learned how to program by that time.
Oh yeah.
Do we have to give you money for in-game stuff?
No?
But it isn't a mobile game.
Fucking hell, Paul. That's how the good mobile games should work. Like Flappy Bird. Wait, did that have microtransactions? Probably not.
No, I don't
No,
think.
but it had copyright stuff in it, and that's why I got kicked down.
Oh, really? I thought he took it down himself.
He
Yeah.
had to take it down himself. The fish weird bird thing was like a fish of a Mario skin or something, and they were threatening him to sue him, so he had to take it down.
But that's stupid. Why didn't you just make different graphics then real quick?
Exactly. But then everyone was making Flappy Bird clones, so there was no point.
And then people.
Well, yeah, that
people
was the
started-
point. It was already installed.
And then people started selling their phones on eBay for like $1,000 or something with the game
Yeah.
installed.
I think I also heard that guy got a lot of-
the exact same physics and everything.
Yeah, I think that guy also got a lot of just like bullshit in his personal life because of how like quickly that game blew up, and I think that a lot of it also came from like fans of PewDiePie. So I think he just got like kind of harassed a lot. So I could imagine that if he made a ton of fucking money so fast on this tiny project, and then was just like, oh, I can either do more shit and keep dealing with this, or I can just walk away from it and keep my money. I totally get it that he just walked away from that. Totally
Yes.
get it.
Are you saying that PewDiePie has a toxic fan base?
Yes.
It's a thing that I have heard.
That's weird. He's usually so nice.
Oh yeah. PewDiePie
He said
says,
the
but his
N-word
fan base
once.
is not.
Once, man. Have you seen the racist thing Boogie did?
It was just one
What did I do?
time.
Oh, you don't know Boogie? Jesus.
Yeah, Boogie 19822 or whatever.
Yeah. So he got a super chat and then he said, "Oh, $3, and I hear you're still black. I hear $3 is a lot of money for a black person. Am I right?"
What the hell?
That was amazing. It's like such a weird, awkward, racist joke.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's like the fake racist jokes in the episode of Community where they accidentally hire a really racist comedian.
What, and he's fake racist or he's real racist?
It's just like so. It's like such a dumb joke that it's like it wouldn't hurt anybody's feelings because it's so dumb.
Accidentally,
So
huh?
off target. Ugh.
Damn. Oh, what am I doing? I have to create these folders, I guess.
Okay, wait. Isn't Boogie also the guy? He's in like a GIF or something where it's like people playing Magic the Gathering and he like flips a table.
Yeah, he plays
I feel like
stupid.
that was.
He-
Yeah, right.
he
that was like one of
plays
those things that
he's
was.
full of rage.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that was like one of those
I hate
fake
that.
internet videos that people found out later was fake or whatever. Maybe people already knew if that was his character at the time.
I hate that kind of shit works on YouTube. I can't believe people shared the fat guy flipping the table. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, that's it. I mean, he's done other stuff. I mean, I guess the one where he's just fat and then he falls into the pool, that one's funny. Why doesn't that one get shared? Why do people like the rage? It's terrible.
Because everybody is so mad. And if you see somebody else being super mad, it makes you feel not as bad because you're not exploding like that on a daily basis, which means you probably have your shit together.
Oh,
That's also
wow.
probably why people watch Honey Boo Boo.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Certainly why I watch... No, actually, I take that back. That's not why I watch Flavor of Love. That's because that's an incredibly endearing and true-to-life show that is exactly how real love works, and Flavor Flav just wants to find his mate.
Wow. Yeah, I never watched that stuff.
Honestly, the Flavor of Love is hilarious, and he actually does seem like he's taking it seriously, which makes it so much funnier.
Damn.
It's really, really funny. Oof.
What a guy.
Yeah, and he was just like right at the time in reality TV when they were at their peak insanity, I think.
Alright, so what's the chance that this will remotely work? Oh my god, all this time of work. Oh no, already a syntax error out. Oh, actually, that one, I remember making that mistake, yeah. I'll just fix that, and then we'll see. Oh my god. Public name, string your name. There we go.
I've got a weird thing as well. For the starting room on the map generation, I've got the actual object in the scene, but when I click play it disappears. But only the half that duplicates and puts it to the other side is remaining.
Damn. I guess I didn't even react to Colin being sad yet. Man, he sure likes to spam the chat though, doesn't he?
It's keeping your chat active.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe the chat's broken again. Let's restart it.
Like you put in the chat F.
Yeah. Well, now there's nothing. Okay. Wait, why didn't it... Last time it refreshed everything. Yeah, whatever. Oh, editor. Let's see. Let's see what happens. F for fart.
Destructible.
Yeah,
Indestructible parts.
the best kind. Oh no, we get error. I don't like error.
Okay, I'm still lost in this code.
Oh no.
It means you fucked up somewhere.
Did I have?
Okay, how do I do things? I don't know. Right, whatever.
Be back in a second, guys.
The chat is very engaging, yeah.
Enter-gauging, that's like what a mobile game is. Like, it's not fun, it's just engaging. It's just very, very enter-gauging.
No, it's still fun. It's got entertaining in there too.
Oh, yeah, okay, you're right, yeah. That's the okay, yeah, entertaining and engaging. Okay, nice. Alright. That's quite yeah.
See, it's a little more
Hybrid.
engaging than just entertaining. It's very hard to get that balance.
Yeah.
Why am I thinking of Garfield Eats? Is that an engagement thing?
Garfield leads? What?
Garfield Eats, where you can order a Garfield-shaped pizza.
What?
It's an app.
Oh no.
Garfield.
Oh, no errors yet. Oh my god, let's find out what happens. Okay, buttons work. Okay, how about restarting now? Let's see if buttons. Let's see if it saves this information. Oh god. Could you
Except
imagine
max
it just
amount of
works?
rooms.
Sure.
So you can make levels as big or small as you want.
Well, yeah. But also this here is specifically inside a group, so... It didn't work! Damn it! Oh, wait. I guess you get it to save by... Oh, okay. I guess it did work. Cool. Just loading doesn't work. Interesting.
Okay, wait, where did all those squids come from?
Where?
There was like a bunch of things on the little platform before the level started.
Oh, yeah, they're the characters you choose. Right
Yeah,
now,
who
right
made
now
them?
they're just squids, but they? The models you mean, right? I got a guy who does all the models. He's called Nestor Chavez.
Yeah, they look good.
Choose
Yeah,
your character.
He's very powerful. I got him working on the game on his own for now because I'm busy making level editor shit. But soon he'll return and then we'll make actually good looking levels.
Yeah.
Yep. And then maybe I'll make money from all sides when all my co-workers make games for me as well that I don't have to make myself. And then one day I'll become incredibly lazy. Just have people working for me.
In a pile of money.
Yes. I couldn't be lazy outside a pile of money, really.
With a glass of wine. And
Actually,
sunglasses.
oh no. No, I just swim in the money, that's all I need.
Only in swimming trunks.
Yeah, I gotta wear an old-timey striped onesie. Like Scrooge.
I am back.
Oh, there you are.
Hello, hello. Okay, so you were talking about a bug where something was delete, or is like only the mirrored side was showing up, or something like that.
Yeah, on the first room, only the mirror side shows up. It deletes the outer side walls and it deletes the half of the map that gets cloned.
Delete stuff. Where do you have things deleting stuff?
Nothing has code to get deleted. That's what
Are they actually deleted, or is it aligned perfectly with some other thing? Like, is it in the hierarchy?
Oh, maybe it's...
Maybe you've got a thing where there's a reference that's getting passed somewhere else, and then two guys are trying to edit two separate objects, but they're actually just editing the same object.
Holy shit. Yeah, that could be it.
If you have two things that ended up in the exact same position, that's maybe something, but there might be other
no.
stuff too.
It's not in the same position as anything.
Michael is here, hooray. I wonder if he's gonna do any alt-right talking points again. Oh my god.
Although the final
geez.
room spawned 3 times.
What did he say?
The final room spawned 3 times.
Oh, okay.
That's a bit odd.
Remember when Willie wanted you to stream and he's not here and we're streaming?
Oh, yeah. Why didn't he just wait for 12 hours? Weirdo, huh? Does he have a
Really missing
life?
out.
I didn't agree to him having a life. So what's your opinion on politics anyway, Eli?
I think
Come on,
it's
we're
really
having a
sad
nice
that
stream.
people are so encouraged to be so opposed to each other.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Blame a lot of media shit for that, you know, because it's like if you report about a story, you can't just say what happened. You have to say something that'll make people excited about it, and the easiest way to make people excited is to make them angry. So and they keep competing with each other to do this more because if the other side is doing it more, that means that they're getting ahead, because even if it sucks, it is a thing that is effective, for getting people to rally around a thing. So everybody has to do it just to keep up. And that is a huge, huge bummer to me.
I don't know if that's a problem or if that's just how it works. I don't know.
No, there's a healthy amount, right? Like, it's good to have two sides, or it's good to have multiple sides, but like...
No, you're not getting it. See, I'm not sure that democracy works in itself, and I think that they're doing this left-right divide in order to stunlock the system, to stop it from progressing any further, I guess.
Right, yeah, so like, I think that democracy works better than a lot of previous stuff, right? Because it's based on the insights that we learned from...
You're assuming that it ever worked. But what if democracy is just fake, and really what's happening is that they're getting people fake outraged, and then the hidden ruling class of rich people gets to control
I think that's the state of it right now, right? I think that's what's currently going on in the U.S., right? But I don't think that that's the way it started. I don't think that they designed the system with that as the end game in mind, right? They designed the system to avoid other previous end games, which were also shitty. Like, communism is the classic thing. It looks good on paper, but then when you do it, like, there's these problems that people didn't predict about how people would take advantage of things just because they're able to in certain situations. And the same thing happened with democracy, but I think that there's plenty of merit in the earlier history of the USA. Like, there's also plenty of bad things that happened in America, but like, there's a lot of legitimate, global progress that's related to the United States working the way it did. So there's a certain aspect of democracy that must have worked pretty well, but also I think we've had it for long enough now that the cracks are exposed, that people have found the ways to kind of get around it. And really the problem is that there's so much money in these companies that they don't have to obey the government. They can dictate how the government works because they have more power than the government, because it's all fucked. So I think we've hit the point where democracy is definitely reaching its breaking point. I think that it's not working the way it's supposed to right now.
Oh no, what will happen?
I mean, I think sooner or later there's got to be a better system. I don't know how many hundreds of years that takes, but there's got to be some better option out there,
Well, I don't know.
There might be a war over it.
I assume that it's working fine for people who have money.
I guess we'd be dead by then.
Yeah, but like every society, like as you go forward a few hundred years, it gets a little bit better at least, right? Like there's maybe some setbacks and whatnot, but like overall, human society gets more and more comfortable as you go farther closer to now in history. Like,
well, so why is it not
people
working?
People have less
then?
warfare and stuff. I mean, it's not working perfectly, right? It's working to some degree, and then people found out how to exploit it to make it not work as well as it's supposed to. But even so, up until that point, it was a pretty good thing in making a large number of people happy. But then, the scales got tipped in a kind of artificial, unfair way, which is a shame. But somebody's got to make a new system that accounts for that, and then somebody will find a way to exploit that one too, and then they can refine further. It's all iteration.
Damn. Michael saying he's for Yang Gang. I don't believe you. You're always talking right-wing stuff, and now you talk about Yang. Interesting. How does it all make sense? Or is it true that Yang is just like the one lefty that the right-wingers like?
That does seem like a thing that I've heard. I don't know a ton about him, but that would make sense to me because he's like a business guy, right?
I don't actually know anything about him.
As far as I understand, he's like an executive businessy investment type of dude who knows a lot about money and economy stuff and whatnot, and he is trying to apply these types of business insights to his political career. But if anybody knows anything about that guy, I would,
who'd have thought that business inside would work in politics?
Right. So maybe he's trying to take a different approach to applying a business insight to politics than the current approach of doing that, which is the reality TV version of business. A little strange.
Are you saying Trump is not the best businessman of all time?
I have no opinion about any political matters, but I completely agree. He's pretty categorically fucking terrible as a businessman. I think, is slightly below the level of inflation.
What?
In terms of his return on profit for all of his businesses combined.
Then how did he manage to be a billionaire?
He started with a fuckload of money from his
Yeah,
family,
I'd give him-
and then he invested that.
Yeah, but he didn't start with $1 billion. He didn't start with...
Right, but he gained money at a rate that was like around the national average for just like a regular investment, or maybe slightly below. Like if he had done no work at all that entire time and just put all of his money into a CD, he would have, I think, made more money than he actually did.
Wow. But then he
If
wouldn't
only
have been
used that as
president.
life.
Right? Yeah, he wouldn't have been on. He wouldn't have been on TV for that.
So clearly he's done something right.
Yep, I suppose so. The thing that really worries me is whoever is encouraging him to do all this stuff. Somebody else, I think, has a much more dangerous level of control over the situation. He seems
sure
kind of
he's
like a
just paid off
bumbling
a
idiot.
bunch of people. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like, whenever I see those,
I can't
whenever I
believe
see
you
those
wouldn't have doubt in the Supreme Leader Trump.
backcabbing people.
I know.
Yeah, right.
Trump
Really
being
don't
controlled by someone else. Ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, lucky me. Even as shitty as he might be, like, there's no risk at all in me saying that. Like, there's plenty of places where I wouldn't be allowed to say that kind of shit. Somebody would come to my house and take me away. So it's pretty bad, but it's not the Dark Ages.
I noticed Willie's online.
Who?
Willie.
Oh, Willie, right.
He's on mobile, so...
Yeah, you remember Willie?
Willie.
Here he is!
Oh.
Oh no, he's here.
Oh god.
The Mayan
the
Angle
evil,
laugh.
the evil anime laugh. Sugoi Sega. No.
Oh no.
Your arrival has been expected, Willie.
Yeah, what do you think of Trump?
Trump? Trump?
Trump!
Florian, isn't it ironic that Trump actually was born a year before Hitler died?
Oh wow. So Hitler killed Trump? Oh wait, no.
Or maybe
The other
or maybe
way
like-
around, Florian.
Yeah.
Or maybe like Hitler's death created Trump.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. But it wouldn't have been after, because then his soul could have gone into baby Trump.
Yeah, he's a changeling.
Yeah,
If you know what those are.
yeah, he should have been born on the same year. That would have been cool. God, could you
Oh, no.
imagine the conspiracies?
It's Hitler's comeback.
Amazing.
Because there's no way not Hitler, sorry, Hillary is doing 2020, is she?
Hillary.
I hope not. I mean, actually, I guess it doesn't matter, because if she does, it'll just mean another Trump win.
Yeah, I assume she'll at least vie for it. I don't imagine they would try to put the same person up against him twice in a row.
No? Don't they usually?
I heard it's still gonna be Bernie and Trump.
Mm.
Oh, shit. Well, I guess that means Bernie will win. Damn.
Oh.
I have no fucking idea anymore.
You don't know if...
Why is it just idiots trying to get
Well, you don't
trying to
like
run a
Bernie?
country?
Why do
I
we
don't
have
know.
a president in the first place? It's so silly. What's the fucking point? Why don't we just have a bunch of specialists who are like good at the shit they do instead of having this like weird figurehead?
Because they tried that with the UK and it's not. That's why.
Oh shit! Yeah, good point. There's no good answer.
Damn.
They just got a bunch of idiots as well.
Well, yeah, I guess the UK government is just particularly bad.
It's really fucking bad.
You didn't even know that Sargon was running for office in your country.
Why would I want to?
Why wouldn't
Ew.
you want to? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Not amazing, it's the complete opposite of amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it's spectacular either way. Oh man. He took over a whole party and then he destroyed it. It was amazing. Some real supervillain shit.
I hate politics. I hate talk about politics. It always puts me in a bad mood.
Ah, jeez.
Let's just
Ugh.
stop talking about it.
Hey,
Oh,
deal.
Is Willie still here?
He muted himself.
Oh. Well, I think I'm done. I finally did sit, and then I guess maybe a little more. Let's see. Can I make this stuff actually show up? This actually works, I guess.
Guess how
Anything
many units off on the y-axis the other half was.
I have no idea.
It was off by 0.745.
Very specific.
Yeah. In fact, even that is not accurate.
Oh yeah, this is the tile-based editing, I guess.
Is that menu on the left like some sort of debug?
No, that's just the level editor.
Oh, it's an editor, I see.
Yep.
Speaking of editors, Super Mario Maker 2 is nice.
Damn. Wait, when did that come out?
It came out on the 28th.
Damn.
I didn't play the first one, but I saw stuff about it. I'm at least somewhat aware of it. What's new in the new one?
Oh, they've got things like slopes and things from their games.
Yeah.
Oh
we
my
got new
god, slope
power-ups.
technology.
They got the Super Mario 3D world.
Which is the skin, but it also has like power-ups on that game as well.
It's not just skin, it's a completely different game.
Oh, that game's
Wait,
pretty
does it
cool.
do the 3D part?
The 3D world.
It's still 2D, but it's like 2.5D. It uses 3D models, but it's from a 2D perspective.
Yeah.
But they changed the physics a little. Like you can't do spin jumps off of things. I don't think anymore.
Oh, but they're gonna mess up all these ridiculous, wacky strategies in these main maps.
Well,
But I guess they'll just have a whole new set of them instead.
Yeah, it will be
But
new
also
maps
have-
anyways, I assume.
Yeah, but it also has like cat power up and stuff. The one where you can climb walls and stuff. So
Hey.
Yep, Mario
I guess
becomes
it
a
all
fairy.
balances out with its pros and cons.
Wow.
Right.
Well, I guess I reached a good point, so I'm definitely gonna stop now.
Okay.
Okay.
We
Okie
did,
dokie.
we did a stream. Goodbye, everyone.
Okay.
It's been fun. Talk to you guys later.
Yeah, it was
Bye-bye.
quite an interesting conversation. Alright, goodbye.
Yeah. Bye.